Hello. So, heard a few people were having some issues with cutscenes. So that's what we're going to be doing today. So, first of all, what you're going to want to do is open the properties timeline that you placed down and do once. And then from here, we can get started. Let's make a little scene with a couple of characters. Let's see if we can find something to use. This looks good. Yeah. Pikachu. Chungus. Oh boy. On second thought, let's find something else. Actually, I have a scene made that I can use for this, and this would be this, the scene detail tutorial. So first of all, I already have a timeline here, so we might as well do it on this. If you haven't already, you're going to want to set this to once. And then from here, there's a few things you can do. Let's say you want to fade into your scene rather than just immediately show stuff. So we can use a wiper and set it to fade in is 0 and fade out is 2 seconds, and we'll make it last 1 second. And I believe that will give us a wipe after it ends. Yep, so what we could do instead, just make it immediate like that. And then we'll move this down one because we usually want to have our cameras at the top. And I'll put that in there. Now let's find something, some jazz music or something. Like this. And we can either put this on the timeline, or you can just have it separately in your level. But this way you can control what is played more. And then with this, what you're probably going to want to do is turn on display black bars. And then if it's just a cutscene, you want to go over the second tab and hide imps. And if you don't want the player to have any input at all, you can do that. And for your first camera, you're probably going to want to have cut and 0 transition time. And we'll position it somewhere nice, like this. Is we are going to reset this. And what you want for cameras mainly is you want to, not a camera shaker, but you want to fade them in and out, right? Or transition between them. Well, in Dreams, you can't do this, which you'd normally be able to do in like a program called, like any film program, you'd be able to put clips on top of each other like that and they'd fade in between. But with Dreams, it's going to be more of an instant change, I think. Did I not play from the beginning? I don't think I did. So like that. So it's not going to be what you want. So instead, to get a nice transition, what you need to do is, first of all, let's position it somewhere nice. And what you need to do is do transition time. And keep in mind that when you are putting it on the timeline. So let's say 1.5 seconds. And that would be 1.5. And what you can do is do this. that should be about 1.5. And then from here, we can make the transition time 0 and cut. And that way we'll have a nice little indicator that this is just a fade. And then this is the actual like camera position that you want. And we'll also disable the controller support. There we go. So I want that fade to be longer, so I can just move this over and then move this over. Alright. And we'll make this as long, so that's 3 seconds. Nice. Okay, and let's say we want to add some dialogue to this. Well, all you would have to do really is, let's make another transition camera. Another way you could do it is you could use the layers to organize. So I could put transitions on the second one and then the actual camera positions on the top, like so. And actually, I want this one to be cut. I want it to be pretty short. There we go. And I want the camera to last until about 8 seconds. And then another cut. And I will put this in front of the detective's face, I guess. Like this. And from here, I'll extend this out because we are going to do a couple things. We will use you can either use a text displayer or subtitle displayer. The subtitle displayer will automatically put it in the correct position, I believe. And we will put this on this layer, and we'll also put this on this layer. I can make a few more. It's always good to sort them, so you can have effects on one layer, and then text on one layer, and then audio on one layer. And then from here, in order to get audio in, we need to go to modes, sound mode, tools, and sound recorder. Alright, and now I'm going to record a little bit of dialogue here in a second. Let me just get my microphone plugged in to my PS4. There, now you guys can hear the game and I can record audio. Who could do such a thing? The commissioner? Let's try that again. Who could do such a thing? The commissioner? Really? Great. Now I'll have to run things in this town. Alright. Let's make subtitle displayer go all the way across this, and if we want, we can clip the audio only to who could do the actual audio part, and that can shorten us a little bit, give us a little bit of time back. Alright, and I will custom subs. Alright, yep. Who could do such a thing? Let's make a question mark in there. Yep. The commissioner, really? Commissioner, really? Play. That's kind of weird. What's that? I did not. That doesn't make any sense. Okay. And then over here.
Great. Now I'll have to run things this time.
There we go. And we can make that all the way out here. Great. Now I'll have to run things in this town. Okay. And let's add in some spice. So, who could do such a thing? The commissioner, really? Can move this one over, and this one will focus on the body of the dead, like that. And let's see here. We'll move back onto the detective's face, like this, and we can have it go and fade onto his book in his hand. Let's see. Let's extend this camera out a little bit. Oop. Alright, I want it to be about 2 seconds. We'll ease out, which means you'll start off fast and end slowly.
Great.
Okay, and then this will go on to his book, and we'll put some text in here in a moment. And we'll copy this over. And let's see how that. Yep. Alright, that's fine. And we will make this cut and transition time of 0. From here, I'm going to add a little bit of text onto this book. So let me hide the cameras. Okay. And I'll get out well, That doesn't work, I guess. That's a bug. A text displayer. Make it pretty small. So we're going to be putting it on this book. Okay. And then we'll get rid of this, and we will make it in scene. And let's write down Commissioner, cause of death, homicide. And we will place this on the book page. And first off, we're probably gonna have to do allow rotation. Yep. Always on top. Nope. Don't want that. Let's put it right there in the book. Believe we can animate this so it looks like he's writing it down. Alright. Let's see how we might be able to do that. You can turn off autofit and then possibly change the size of it. No, that doesn't work. Animation speed, maybe? Start text, text active, text animation finished. Okay. Let's try that. And we'll have it start off as turned off, which I think we can just add a button over here. So that's what we're going to do. And we'll have it turned off. And then go into this. There we go. And we'll put down a keyframe in here. And we can put it down here and turn on that. And we will make it so this is persistent, so keep changes. And let's see what we have so far.
Could do such a thing. The commissioner, really? Great. Now have to run things in this town.
There we go. That was good. Couple things though. Have it so right now, for some reason, he's not, or the text isn't like positioned correctly at the end and the beginning. So let's see what we can do about that. What we can do, I believe, is make it so text is aligned to the left and the top, and that way it should write down from the left. instead of moving, because it's now aligned. There we go.
Could do such a thing. The commissioner, really great. How to run things in this town.
I didn't get to see that.
Could do such a thing. The commissioner, really great. How to run things in this town.
There we go. That looks great. And now let's make it so he will actually write that text out. So what we can do is, first of all, I'm going to add a pencil to his hand. That is a big pencil, my friend. Is that small enough to fit in his hand well? No, that's like a little knife. There we go. And we're just going to group it to his hand by holding down L1 and X and scoping in to the puppet and then to his hand. There we go. That's good enough for now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on studio lighting so I can see a bit. And then I'm going to turn off electronics after I open this up. Hopefully that doesn't hide. Oh, it does. Shoot. Oh well. And I'm gonna add first keyframe. And I'm gonna scope in. And since this isn't gonna be layered on top of anything, we can use IK. Then I will do this, and we're going to keyframe it to go up above the book. Where's that hand? There we go, that's placed pretty well. And now we'll just add a bit of random keyframes in between, maybe a little bit of different animating. And by 2 seconds, we'll have it filled out, so let's do that one first. Something like that. Then this one. Then that. Then this. And now what we can do is turn it down a bit. Now we have a self-contained animation, and what we're going to do is we can place that on our master timeline up here. Oh shoot. Don't want to be animating anymore. That's important. There we go. And we'll start writing a little bit before that. See how that looks.
Could do such a thing. The commissioner, really? Great. Now how to run things in this town.
That was a little bit too fast. I think it may be colliding, and that's the issue. Oh shoot, the pencil's a group as well. Collidable. Let's try that.
Could do such a thing. The commissioner, really? Great. Now how to run things in this town.
Yeah, that looked good. So let's try watching it now.
Could do such a thing. The commissioner, really? Great. Now how to run things in this town.
That's good enough. Of course, you can perfect that if you want with all the timing. And now what we can do is we can also make it so he stops animating in this pose, and we will have him walk off the scene or something like that. Let's see if I can find any sirens to add to the scene first. Some sound effects. Nah, I don't think we want that. That doesn't sound very good. Alright, so first of all, what I'm going to do is going to add a keyframe onto this puppet in the settings. And let's see here, because we want it to start to procedurally animate again. I have that turned off for that pose, because this was originally just a basic scene to be viewed, not really a cutscene for walking and talking puppets. So let me put down keyframe in here. I'm going to scope in, and there we go. I will try to reset him to the default pose as best as possible. And should have probably keyframed the whatchamacallit, this, yeah, the pose that I had him in, instead of just forcing him to be there. But I guess that was past me trying to leave a challenge for myself. Okay, that's fine. And then we're going to go into the settings of the puppet, and I'm going to turn back on procedural animation and procedural walk. And I'm also going to hook this up, and then I'm going to hook up a controller sensor, because we need to possess it and walk around with him. And we will plug that into this. And now I'm going to animate him. And in order to do that, I need to turn off this keyframe. Not keyframe, but timeline, or else it's going to animate the scene again. And we will record possession. I'm going to place another keyframe on here actually first. And I'm going to teleport him away. So that way he starts out in the position I want. Oh, that's not good. How'd that work? Okay, that doesn't make much sense. Okay, well, we'll just try this for now. And then I'm going to make this keep changes. And I'm going to change it so it's a little bit longer than you'd expect it to be. This is just to make sure that he goes there instead of flying across the map, because I've had that happen before in my Last of the Mohicans. So now let's record possession. Oh shoot, do I not have it hooked up? Yeah, I totally forgot. You need to... I can't just do that. I need to hook it up to a puppet interface. So if you end up deleting the controller thing, this is what you'll have to do. And we'll do left stick into walk. That's all we need for this. Right. And then I can record the possession for realsies this time. Alright. And we'll make it so we have another cut. And we'll start in the middle of this keyframe. And then this one will be like this. And we'll give it a wide field of view. This is cut, correct? Yep. And we'll have this go on for a little while. And then this possession recorder we can just snap in here. And we're going to keep changes and play once. There we go. And then when he is done animating, we will wipe out, and then we can end the scene. And we'll make it 1 second fade in and 0 that. And then to end the scene, you go into gameplay gear and you add in a doorway. And we're going to make it so it will end as an exit and it will dissolve. That way it looks a bit better. Alright, and now I'm going to save the scene, because once you go into play mode, if you put down one of these, it will boot you out. Alright. Oop. Forgot to turn back on the timeline. There we go. And this is off by default, and we will make this keyframe turn this on. Oh, no. There we go. Now let's play.
Could do such a thing. The commissioner really great. How to run things in this town.
Yes, we'll save. Here we go. And there we have a nice little cutscene and how to do quite a few things. We got first of all, voice recording, subtitles, proper fading between cameras, and we also have how to move the character around, recording possession, putting timelines within timelines, sounds. There's a few other things I could show off that are actually in this scene already, that I showed off in the scene detail. And that is, we have some fog to make the scene look a bit more realistic. And I think I have a gradient effects microchip around here somewhere, but I might have deleted it. I published the scene. So, you know what? I can place down another one. Yeah, I do have one in here somewhere. Where is it? Maybe if I turn on X-ray I can find it. I do have X-ray on. What's this? What's this do? Oh, that animates that. Okay. Well, I'm having a hard time finding the gradient effects chip that I placed down previously. Because here's the sun and sky. Oh, here it is. It's inside here. There it is. Alright. So you can do things like change the saturation of the scene. Probably want to turn that down for detective kind of scene. And we have some color tinting, so I already tinted the shadows like a different color. Made the mid-tones a bit bluish for these lights. And the highlights as well. I made them a little bit bluish. And we can increase vignette. Maybe turn up bloom a little bit. Add some lens flare. More grain to give it that old noir look. Alright. And I bet you there's plenty of already well-made gradient effects chip out there, like probably some preset filters people have made. You can also do something like camera shake. I'll show you how to use that. It's the same thing on a timeline, and you can fade in and out the camera shaker. So you can preview it. So camera speed is like this, and then strength is the distance it does. And yeah, so that's basically a nice tutorial that we have for cutscenes. Let's watch it one last time.
Could do such a thing. The conditioner, really great. How to run things in this town.
Yes, I'll save it. Alright, so to those of you watching on YouTube, hope you have a great day. I have all my social media links in the description, including Twitch, which I'm streaming right now, and this will be clipped and turned into a tutorial. Bye-bye.